soon. See you around soon. Mwah. Hello guys, it's Jonathan from Johnson with Devilo. I'm pretty sure there are so many people still, so many people who are confused about my awful sense of naming. My English name, my English real name is Jonathan, and the name of my YouTube channel is Johnson with Devilo, JOHNSOON, because the name of my YouTube channel is an abbreviation between my English name and Korean name. My Korean name is Sunho, Kwon Sunho. Kwon is my first name and Sunho is my first name. So Sunho spells SNNHO. So I thought that would be quite funny for me to make to name my YouTube channel's name in ambiguous and make a name that might involves two funny meanings. So anyway, I digressed a bit. So yeah, it's been about a week since my latest video uploaded. Did you like it? I hope so you did. I really hope you did. So my latest video was featuring about my advice, my giving out advice for you to apply to your learning language process if you are a second language learner, and you're very likely to be one of those people who are engaged in learning different languages in their progress, because my main topic is to be cultural differences and learning languages, because I'm currently learning IELTS exam. So IELTS is composed of 4 major factors of language ability: writing, listening, speaking, and reading. So it's it can be said ultimate version of English examination in the world. I can guarantee, but it costs my arm and leg. So I've been trying to be prepared for the exam as much as I can. So I hope you enjoy. If you're interested in learning different languages, if you're interested in my advice, my all failures and my successions of mine that happened in my progress, you could provide the latest video, which the title was the lurking pitfalls for language learner. So, well, today's main topic is before getting into the main topic, I'm sorry, I've got one more thing to tell you about. Now, before I start talking about the main topic, I would love to remind you of this, that the YouTube, that you have known that the YouTube has a function that called commentary section on my YouTube channel, on everyone's YouTube channels. So you can leave your comments on my comment section and everyone's comment section as your tool to communicate with me and communicate with every people in this YouTube world. So if you're wondering about anything about me, anything about the language, anything about my experience, where you might use it as just a communicative channel that you want to say, you just say your personal thing, trivial thing through the channel, so I could check them out, and there might be so if I consider them worthy enough to be covered by my YouTube as my YouTube content, then I adopt it. adopted. So leave your comments on my comment section. That's your tool, that's your way, that's your method to be fully engaged in with me. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, so today's main topic is my recent experience of attending a wedding, which was mine. I hope it was, but I'm still young. I'm preparing for, not currently preparing. I've been just dreaming of about having my own wedding with my, future wife, and my current girlfriend would be probably be and more likely to be future wife, because potentially she likely to be my future wife, of course. That it goes without saying that. So today's topic is probably doesn't get you quite well though, because all those bits of my story were considered to be so personal and involving so many other acquaintances that only I know of, apart instead of but instead of of about your acquaintances of yours, like I don't know, Christians, Katrinas, and if you're from different country like Vietnam, you have friends who goes by the name of Nguyen and Quong and Huong, and some Vietnam names always pronounced like this: Quongs, Huongs, Nguyen. So loads of personal contributions that only me or my very close friends or only my girlfriend recognize are overrunning in this context. But still, please just bear Jonathan, and just if just any details and just any just bits about you don't know just appear in the middle of the context, just please leave your comments what there was, and I can give you the answer for that matter. So I'm gonna be trying to describe every bit, every sceneries, and every scenes, every bits of the wedding about the day. Yeah, but it was about 1.5 month ago. So I still remember that wedding. Remember that steps. Remember that all procedures. Remember that the interior design, and who came over there. So, but still, some bits of informations were a bit ambiguous. Were not that vivid compared to those my recalls, but still, I'm trying to remember that as much as I can. So I went to the wedding. That day, it was a very lovely day, but very brief day, and that it was drizzling a bit. So that's perfect day for people to get married. So, if in Korean wedding, I don't know how the English cultures, how the other wedding hall in English culture are composed of, how the interior design or interior structure are composed of in that building, but I can tell you about the bits of interior and bits of interior maps of the Korean wedding hall. If you want to get into the foyer of the wedding hall, you can see some certain desks are out there with the name of bride and grooms on the desk on it. That means that reception desk is where you can pay something. You can charitable. Like you can give a bit of charitable money for bride and groom to express your feeling, you express your intention to celebrate them. So I walked over around the reception desk, but to be honest with you, I wasn't so willing to pay my money. But once you came around that wedding, a Qantas wedding, you have to pay some certain bits of your money, unless you're incredibly intimate, that intimate the protagonist of the wedding, or just you paid already about the in other furnitures and other things that may have replaced that certain amount of money that you have to pay in the wedding hall at the reception desk. So I walked over the reception desk, and I deliberately pulled out some cashes from my wallet, and I put in a envelope, and I wrote my name on it, and I put it in the box. No, I gave it to that person who is in charge of that reception desk as a ruler of the old money, and take the control of the old cashes out there. So I gave it to him. So, and then he would ask, how many company are you bringing with? So, and that the whole purpose of the question is to give out some coupons for me to enter the buffet after the wedding hall, after the wedding. So I said, we are two of them. So girlfriend and I've got 2 coupons for the buffet. And then I looked around to find out how the wedding hall looked like. And so there are so many people. That wedding hall was so crowded. So many herds of people were out there, and still so many herds of people, flocks of people were walking around the gate of the wedding hall, because if you went to the wedding hall, you would probably found it so overwhelming, because the wedding hall is so fancy, so glamorous, all this luminous and crazily crazy lightning are streaming, all streaming out all lights from their bulbs, and all spotlights, and the aisle desks, flowers, all decorations are embellished with all the walls, ceilings, floors, everywhere. And you probably be a bit overwhelmed by all interior design. So all people would end up walking around the gate, not to enter the real wedding hall. It's kind of weird Korean culture. So people just keep walking around the gate, because they were a bit overwhelmed about entering the wedding hall. Especially when it comes to be more extreme, when there's no one in the middle of a wedding hall. So I just took initiative. Let's get into the wedding hall, and because I wanted to have a really good position in a wedding hall, because there's a certain bit of thing that I was really excited about to see. Excited to listen to, and excited to see, excited to watch. So I ushered my girlfriend to the chair, and we picked some chair, and we sat on it. So I found it quite bizarre. Now, I had had some kind of certain delusional version of what features of wedding hall in my head for almost time of my personal life. like in my head, the typical shape of a wedding hall is a bit like the really big aisle is just directly goes by in the middle of the wedding hall, and it's which is dividing all desks and chairs and flowers on decoration on the both side of the wedding hall. But it wasn't the same as I thought that would be. It's a bit, the aisle was bending a bit, and it was what can I say? How can I describe that aisle? The aisle was a bit bending a bit, and stick to left side of the wall of the wedding hall. So it basically means if it's all audience settling on the old desk and chairs, and if we look at the grooms and bride and other protagonists of the wedding in the same direction, then we all look at the old people in the same direction. So I like that. I like that shape. So I like the shape, but I can. But there were still some bits that I not that liked, because there were some flowers. There were some flowers and plants and some decoration on the desk, all the desks. But all the flowers decoration was too big that I can't even directly see the central stage of the wedding hall. So I was like, who's the designer who is in charge of all arranging these flowers and decoration on the desk? He's awful. That person has to be fired, because he was absolutely incapable of doing his or her job in the wedding hall. In the wedding hall, where all people have their ultimate event once in their life. Well, usually, unless you're divorced or something. So yeah, and what else in the yeah. And the aisle, it was sticking to the left side of the wedding hall. So there was a bit, there was something that I found very bizarre, which was I'm sorry, I mumbling a lot. There was an enormous gate. There was a very enormous gate around the aisle. So I was thinking, okay, that's where all people come around. That's all people who's gonna be walking down the aisle come from, so that they can be spotlighted, can get all intentions from other audience by entering from the very big and big and fancy enormous gate. So after the wedding actually started, I was very appalled, because no one just appeared. No one appeared from that gate. Like all parent and at the first step of the wedding, their parents started walking down the aisle to get to the central stage, so that they can sit on the chair that's positioned in front of the wedding hall. So they just come around, come up with the stage, come up with the aisle, and walking down the aisle with the music. So I was like, okay, that gate was just a decorative one. I don't know, but I was thinking that gate looked the real one. The real gate with a handle, like a sliding open door. So I was like, oh, maybe the groom will probably just be appearing from the gate. and up but in terms of the grooms walking down the aisle, there was a that's the thing. That's the thing that I just mentioned before, 10 minutes ago. Something that I was especially excited about because my favorite song is Il Mondo, sang by Italian guy Jimmy Fontana, also which is the main OST official soundtrack of a movie about time, which is my favorite movie. When the wedding of the movie happens in the movie, and the Mary who married the bride of the wedding, main character, one of those main character played by Mitchell McAdams, who's got a very beautiful broad smile, and the Mitchell McAdams was in a very glamorous red dress, and right after the gate opened, the gate of the church opened, the Il Mondo, the music. My favorite music, just played out from speaker and started echoing off from all walls of the church, and all, Il Mondo. If you're not aware of that song, you have to listen to that music. Maybe I'm just playing a bit of music just for a second. Okay, maybe let's see. It's a very brilliant music. In fact, my favorite music. Let's see. Can she? Okay. Where's watch later? I'm sorry, I'm finding it. Just let me just looking for on the top. Yeah, let's do a bit of. Fuck off ad. That's it. This song is actually copyrighted, so I might, if I insert that music more than a few seconds, I might be caught by the violence of copyright. So I play that music everywhere, every time whenever I worked. Whenever I worked at the factory. Actually, I had a 6 months of experience of working at a towel factory with the groom of the wedding. So that's why I got invited to the wedding. So I play the music every time, every day, full of day, every hour, every full of 8 hours of working hours over day. So the groom was so tired of listening to that music, and you often said to me, "Oh, please stop playing that fucking damn music." But I was like, okay, but it's the, you know what? It's the song I'm gonna play out. I'm gonna play off. This is the song I'm gonna play in my wedding. So and the groom, after hearing after the grooms listening to Il Mondo like hundreds of times, I might have just manipulated his mind unconsciously. So some months ago he sent an audio file to me audio file of Il Mondo, and he said to me, "I'm gonna play that music in my wedding when I walk down the aisle." So I was like, "Are you serious?" Okay, I'm gonna definitely attend the wedding. That's why I got invited. That's why I got physical invitation. So I couldn't resist to be there. So anyway, that moment came. That moment finally had come. So finally, the person who is in charge of progressing all steps of the wedding said, "Oh, this is a reasonable time for introducing our groom or something," and the Il Mondo started to be played from the speaker in the fucking wedding. So I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is fucking I've been looking for entire my life." Well, actually, not no more. Yeah, technically, it's not for entire my life. For maybe 4 years of my life, but still. So I was like, I was so the no, the song was so loving. So I was so touched. So I was so I was so touched. I got so emotional. So I was like, oh yeah, this wedding, and I hope, and I was hoping is I hope this feature of that wedding that was there where I was would be the shaved would be the figure of my future wedding would be. So the next thing, yeah. So the all about the steps. So I was wondering if you. I'm really wondering, is there anyone who's familiar with steps of wedding? I know there in my experience of watching all in my experience of having watched all this English content from music, from drama, from movie, there's always a pastor who is in charge of progressing all the steps of those weddings. But there's no pastor. But I know all the most of the English country are based on Christian culture. So therefore, it's a very natural notion for English people to have pastor on their wedding. But actually in Korea, Christian is such a big deal. I have to admit that. But still, we have our own marrying culture, but we don't. But the majority of people don't follow them. But still, having a pastor on their wedding might be a bit not that familiar notion for us to do. So there's no pastor. So the appearance of pastor is replaced as just a groom, as a what can I say? A document that were read by the groom and bride. So anyway, yeah. So it wasn't the thing that I said that I was wondering about. The thing I was wondering about what was the purpose, what was the ultimate purpose of the format of the English wedding, like the bride father come around the aisle, and he all fathers would usher and like a be chaperone, like a chaperone, and navigate the bride to the central of the stage of the wedding, and then gives bride to the groom. So I was like, is that is that is that is there any particular meaning of that? Such interchanging, yeah, interchanging. Is that does does it mean that the father who has raised his own daughter to a perfectly grown woman gives just interchange, not interchange, just gives gives his daughter to a man who's gonna be in charge of taking care of his daughter from now on. So it's like that's the like a whole in ritual thing that's happening in English culture for all dads in the world to give their daughter to the groom. So I was like when the groom and bride came around in the center of stage, and they started hugging and greeting each other, and I had to be honest with you, for my subscribers, I was crying. I cried a lot. It was so touching. It was like a trick. It was like a master key. It was like a master key for everyone to cry. Is there? No, I had never found myself emotional person who get emotional by watching all those steps or watching all those just ritual things of typical weddings. But I was, so I cried. I have to admit, I cried. I borrowed some tissues from my girlfriend, because my girlfriend always brings some tissues and some kits in her bags, because she's the best, wisest person in the world. So and that's a bit. Just one last thing that I have missed out to mention about the gate thing. There's an enormous gate. After the groom finished walking down the aisle with the brilliant, my favorite song, the last part of the wedding, in the middle of the part of the wedding, the person in charge of processing the wedding said, "This is a part where all people have come around around here for bride, like a." So the person said please enter the aisle or something, he gave her kind of cue with the music, and I was like confused about where the bride appears from. I couldn't see her. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't even doubt. I couldn't even conjecture where she would appear from. So I was just like a pop and a pop. I was like she's gonna popping up from the ground with a machine, or just jumping down from the ceiling with a wire, or with a rope or something. So after that, over 5 seconds, 10 seconds of intentional time that's intended for making people excited about the entrance. The enormous gate, slowly started opening. So I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what all those enormous gates existing for. Oh yeah, that's it. And the enormous gates started opening, and the bride with the bouquet, am I right? And the bouquet with a very fancy, glamorous, luminous, lightning absolutely stunning, breathtaking, breathtaking. She was in a very white, breathtaking dress and started walking down the aisle. And I was thinking, she was walking down the aisle so fast, like the whole time, the whole time for her to have finished to walk down the aisle was about 30 seconds at least, 30 second ish, like not up to 1 minute. So I was like, it is just one moment, just one shot, bam, that's it. It's like a shotgun. If you shot a shotgun, bam, that's it. There's no second chance. There's no do-over. There's no do-over for you to walking down the aisle your wedding. If you walking down the aisle, if you finished your walking down the aisle, if you didn't like it, you can't just do over. You can't just I didn't like my I didn't like my entrance. Can I do over? Can I just walking back to at that at the beginning of the aisle and started walking down the aisles again. No, this is not the all wedding work. This is not how all weddings work. Yeah, so I was like, if I were a protagonist, no, if I was a protagonist of the wedding, of my wedding, I would probably be walking down the aisle very deliberately, very slowly, very deliberately, and very intentionally attempting to fully relish all bits of moments, bits of audience, bits of things of that wedding to remember all those vivid bits of the wedding. For example, if I was walking down the aisle, how expressions all brilliant audience were making, and how about my parents, how about my all chandeliers and flowers and all arrangement of the desks and chairs, and how do I look like, and what, and probably the Raimundo will be played. Of course, I'm gonna be trying to relish all bits of songs of Raimundo, and I don't know. I'm gonna be fully willing to be a main character of the day by being celebrated all this audience of the wedding hall, and by very deliberately slowly walking down the aisle to the central stage of the wedding hall. If you have your own wedding, and you have to start walking down the aisle at the moment, then how will you do? Please leave your comments about your opinion of walking down the aisle over reasonable time for you to finish walking down the aisle on your wedding. At least for me, like 2 minutes, it would be enough. Yeah, just leave your comments on my comment section, and that's it. And these days I've like a kind of decided not to make my old YouTube videos too long. So the whole length of recording time is 38 minutes. Should I split it in half? No, it's gonna be weird. And if you find all length of my old YouTube videos too long, leave your comments. Leave your all opinion, no matter it's negative, it's positive. Whether you just swear me, or you just swear about your just what. Sorry. All I'm trying to say is leave your comments about your opinion of whether my video is too long or not, and is there any progression that you might offer for me to apply to my video. Whatever, whenever, however, from your laptop, from your mobile, from iPhone, Samsung phone, anyway, please you leave a comment on my comment section and fully engage in my English journey and YouTube journey. And yeah, this is it. This is all my content that I've been preparing for you to watch on my YouTube channel. I hope this video would be better than all those previous videos I've uploaded till now. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. This is all things I've been prepared for. So this is Jonathan. just suddenly suddenly began to wrap it up. I know, I have to admit, because I'm a very immature amateur. Oh, very good line. Immature amateur. So I'm gonna, I don't know the best way to wrap up. So this is Jonathan from Johnson with double O, and leave your comments, and please push that rectangular red button down there to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then I can guarantee to provide you with the brilliant content that you probably and could potentially and potentially to watch in the near future. I love you guys. I love you. If you one of those enthusiastic pen of me, you probably have watched through at the end of this video. I can see there's a website called YouTube Studio, and then I could see how many people, how many people, I can say, I could check out that how long my subscribers spend on watching time, watching on my YouTube channel. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it again. There's a website called YouTube Studio for all YouTube channels owner to find out some statistic numbers and graphs to analyze all this information about our YouTube channel, so I could see how long my subscriber spend on watching my old videos, and I could also see some of my subscribers always still watch through, and at the end of my video, I do appreciate doing that. If you one of those enthusiastic fan of mine, please leave your comments, and your comments will exceedingly and tremendously, immensely, absolutely be a brilliant motivation for me to persevere. Please leave your comments and stick with my English journey. And I love you guys, and be healthy, and live long and prosper, and loads of money, and maybe get lottery, and achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. I sincerely wish that. I love you guys. This is it. This is the end of this episode of my recent experience of attending a wedding hall. I love you guys. This is goodbye for now to upload my next video of my YouTube channel. I love you guys. Goodbye for now. I love you. Goodbye, bye, bye, bye. I'm Jonathan from Johnson.
And see you around soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done.